Hi, this is Richard from oneclearmessage.com. I have a few Pecha tips for you to help your presentation style. Are you tired of presenters turning and speaking to the screen, reading every boring word on their presentation instead of preparing properly, insulting your intelligence by reading what you can read, if the font is large enough, and doing it poorly at that? Plus, they're not even facing you as they've turned to read. Far too many animations, too many effects, things that pop, spin, buzz, whir. If presentations like this are driving you absolutely nuts, maybe Pecha is the style for you. It is a simple presentation style that stops the all too real and all too frequent death by PowerPoint. If you sat through a number of PowerPoint presentations, you know for an absolute certainty poor presentations can kill. They kill the message and they drain the joy right out of you, leaving you feeling empty and hollow. If you want to engage your audience and present powerfully, maybe Pecha is the presentation style for you. Pecha is a simple presentation style. It's from the Japanese word for chit-chat, pronounced Pecha, sometimes Pecha Kucha. It's 20 slides, 20 seconds per slide, automated, taking only 6 minutes and 40 seconds. That keeps presentation short. Imagine this style of presentation followed by an interactive question session at the next conference you had to attend. It was devised and designed in Japan by Astrid Klein and Mark Dytham. Pecha nights consist of around a dozen presentations. These enabled architects to display their skills and designs. The simple style stops the long-winded from speaking long after everyone has lost interest. Those who love the sound of their own voice, this stops them. It's simple, effective, and to the point. Don't you wish all presentations were like that? In Pecha, slides should focus your attention and augment your message, not be a Word document. Many traditional PowerPoint presentations are long Word documents in PowerPoint style, which are read due to a lack of preparation. So the slide should focus your attention on what you're saying. With Pecha, you cannot wing it. It is important to know what you're going to say, unlike many other presentations where you could cheat a lot more by reading what's on your slide. Unfortunately, that often leaves you falling flat. Pecha presentations that are not prepared leave you falling flat. The simple style allows the speaker to paint a clear picture. Wouldn't it be fantastic if all presentations were actually rehearsed and planned? If the presenter actually knew what they were going to say and painted a picture rather than did a long-winded tirade of everything. You have to plan properly. In fact, Pecha Kucha needs more planning. Leave the bullet points to movies. If people want to write bullets down, they are writing or reading, they're not listening. Planning what you're going to say is essential in this presentation style. Start the planning with the hook. What should the audience walk away with? What are the solution you're trying to sell them? What is the problem? Once they've listened to a whole lot of presentations, they should remember the essence, the message of your presentation. That's your hook. You've also got to consider the audience is always thinking, why should I care? Throughout your presentation, you must answer this question. Every one of you now is thinking, why should I care? When you're structuring your presentation, look at your opening and your close. They should tie up what you started with and what you're ending with, just like a normal speech. The opening should engage the audience and let them know what you're going to be talking about, and your close should sum it up. One of the other things to remember is people remember stories. Engage our brains by telling stories, using something visual that engages us. rather than a whole lot of points, which bore us. Even though they're factual, they don't really engage the audience. Pecha is a simple presentation style which enables you to make one point at a time. Use the stories to illustrate your points, and use bite-sized chunks of information, not reams of information. Keep it simple. Pecha is not a reading style. It's a style that allows you to be a speaker. You still need to speak. Unlike traditional presentation styles which are boring, where people read, you should speak. Use the slides to focus your attention on what you're trying to say, rather than being your presentation. I can guarantee you one thing. If you do Pecha presentations, it will improve your speeches. You have to practice a lot. It's not a wing it style, it's a style that makes you practice. Your message also has to be pretty clear and concise, and your timing has to be excellent. If your timing is not good, you will have people running for the exits. It's a far more dynamic style. You have to be clear in what you're trying to say. It enables you to engage the audience. They also know there's a limited time. You're not going to be speaking for the next hour. Pecha, the presentation style to engage the audience. If only all speeches were prepared this way. This is Richard from oneclearmessage.com.